We haven't seen anything. We haven't heard anything. We will see what happens.
Donald Trump summing up how up in the air this summit planning has been. Just a few weeks ago, there was no date and no place. And just when June the 12th in Singapore was announced, the summit was called off. And then it was on again. What has followed has been a diplomatic frenzy. 3 separate US and DPRK teams meeting at the same time in different places. The DPRK's top negotiator in New York and then Washington for talks, while a separate US and DPRK team met at the north-south border on the Korean Peninsula, trying to work out what, if anything, can be agreed on in Singapore. In Singapore itself, the so-called pre-advanced teams discuss logistics, planning, who will sit where, who will walk in first, how many rooms, interpreters, dinners, details, more details. Singapore is a global hub, highly respected. It's a first world economy. It is at the crossroads of the East and West, and therefore signifies progression and signifies all things possible. Given that Trump and Kim are more used to hurling insults at each other than talking peace, planning for this summit has been fraught. US officials would like a repeat of the success of the recent North-South summit on the Korean Peninsula that saw a warmth between the 2 Korean leaders with some clear, concrete outcomes. If North Korea can show that it's willing to play ball and to work along some kind of process, according to some kind of roadmap or timeline, then I think that would be a marker of success for the summit. So I think the Americans also have to manage their expectations and not fool themselves into thinking that this long-standing problem and the series of failures we've seen in the past, taking those things into account, that overnight, essentially, that an agreement can be struck, and the North Koreans are simply going to dismantle everything over the next few weeks or next few months. That's not going to happen. Expectations for this summit have been hard to nail down. Until recently, US President Trump did not discourage talk from his supporters that he may deserve the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts. But as the summit has got nearer, those words have been tempered. He now describes this meeting between himself and Kim Jong-un as a getting-to-know-you session plus. Nathan King, CGTN, at the White House.